Well, Eric, a resident who lives on Brookside Road here in Ridgefield received this letter in the mail from the USDA dated June 3rd that they have 1 month's time to give public comment on this matter. She says the brakes need to be pumped so the community is fully aware of what's going on here.
You know, it's like the first thing that sort of pops into my head.
84-year-old Nancy Lincoln says her nights have been restless inside of her home on Brookside Road the last few weeks.
I feel like I just don't understand.
The 20-year resident first learned about the government's assessment to remove this dam off Danbury Road in February 2020, which could impact the stream in her backyard.
Since it had been a year that maybe the COVID would interrupt it more seriously.
But fast forward to June 2021.
But then she got this letter, and now we know that they're still considering this despite the opposition from members of the community.
This letter from the USDA Natural Resources Conservation Service is asking for final comments for the removal of the dam, something Lincoln's son has a plethora of questions about as he walks me through the area.
Structurally, can the bridge handle a strong flow of water? The impact on wildlife is also something that has not been fully fleshed out. And that's why we think there's a rush to judgment by the federal government. Back
in 2018, it was determined the dam was a high hazard and needed to be upgraded to meet stricter criteria since originally built. And the government says decommissioning the dam will reduce the threat of loss of life and property for people who live in a potential breach zone. But residents now worry about future flooding and impact their home values.
The fact that the government is saying that they're going to take steps, which they haven't fully explained why, and now expose this property to flooding is completely incomprehensible to all of us.
Josh, has there ever been a problem with flooding before in that area, and what comes next?
Eric, residents say they've never experienced flooding before in that neighborhood, but let me tell you, the government does admit in this letter, quote, decommissioning the dam would adversely impact 2 downstream residents and 6 road crossings. Now, Ridgefield First Selectman tells News 12 today they're having a public meeting next Thursday to inform the community about this issue.